All right, everyone. We should be live, yeah. And welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this whole live stream and in this whole video, we're gonna check into the immediate guidance that the tarot has for us. This is the second of the type live stream. Last time, couple of weeks ago, I believe. Uh, I did my first one, and it actually was a lot of fun. At least I had a lot of fun. I hope you did the same. And so decided that I should do these things a little bit more regular. So before we dive into the guidance for the star signs, if you have checked out or observed the thumbnail, there are 3 tarot cards in the thumbnail, and that is the reading that I did just before I created the thumbnail for the collective message. So what is the world needs to know right now? What is the guidance of the world? Hello, Angela. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I'm very well. I'm in really good mood tonight. And so the cards that are on the thumbnail are as a follows. We do have the Devil, which is the first one, followed from one side with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And followed from the other side here, that is to be the Four of Swords, over here. And I'm not gonna stick around with this one for too long, but basically the cumulative message for what is the world needs to know right now, it is that there are some yearnings within all of us that are set on the back of our minds, and until we, all of us, kind of like, we don't live through these yearnings, but we rather suppress those yearnings, those cards are showing that we won't be able to unfold our true and full potential. It's kind of like the life is gonna feel more empty than it should be. Okay, so it's very important that all of us are kind of like, we should ask ourselves, and also preferably we give ourselves the answer, is what is that we are craving for, then we can go for, and we can accomplish, but we are withholding from it for a whatever reason. Just for a very simple example, someone could crave for kind of like a break, a holiday, but they are withholding that thing for whatever reason. Okay, and maybe it's the time that you just say, I mean, screw it, I'm gonna go and have a little bit of a fun on my own, on a place I want to be at. And it's this is literally the cumulative message. Now, I said, what's I'm all right, Lori. Thank you so much. Welcome to the live stream. So I just said what will be the cause, or rather, like, not the cause, the consequences, if we do keep up, kind of like suppressing those yearnings. Okay, so the life is gonna feel emptier than actually has to be. But what happens if we do allow those urges to be fulfilled? Rather, like, we do have a hunger for something, we can satiate that hunger, and we do satiate the hunger. Well, simply what happens, it is that, let me approach it from that perspective. What does define the soul if it is not the flame within that? It is pushing back the darkness, and it is burning for life itself. And what it is the fuel of the soul if it is not the yearnings we have? Otherwise, what we are living for? And what happens if you do deprive that flame from the fuel, or in other words, you do suppress your yearnings? Well, what happens, it is that the flame starts to fade, and as the flame fades within us, gloom spreads, and at the end, only, unfortunately, dark will remain. And so once you do, but if you do fuel the flame with your yearnings, then life will be beautiful. And no matter what position we find ourselves, should we satiate those cravings of ours, we will feel in a powerful position. Okay, we're just are gonna feel in a powerful position here. So that is the collective guidance. And now let me shuffle and move to the Aries guidance. So before we jump into Aries, guys, just a few words about the channel, about the stream, and about, you know, how things are done here. So like I said, within this live stream, I'm gonna perform a 12 readings for one reading for each star sign. It's very important to listen to your sun, rising, and as well moon sign. So the moon sign is going to describe what you need to know about your feelings. The rising sign is going to describe what you need to know about how to face the world. And the sun sign is going to describe, you know, what you need to know in your kind of like how you are presenting yourself in the world. And that way you pretty much are going to wrap around with the full picture out there. So within those or in between these readings, there are gonna be breaks, okay? And within these breaks, one of you is going to get a free reading from me. I'm not gonna take on questions this time around, all right? But rather the reading is going to be what it is that you need to know as of this moment. That is going to be the topic of the free reading. And of course, anyone who supports the channel and me through Super Chat is going to get their reading at the end of the live stream, regardless if they are picked up into those free reading breakups or not. And finally, if you do want your personal reading, you can always go to my website. It is listed in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see full list of my services, their pricing as well, and based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Hello Anna, welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you that you are tuning in early, right at the beginning of it. All right, so Aries, first one, that is going to be the King of Cups. The second one for you guys, that will be the Wheel of Fortune here, okay? And the third one, we do have the Six of Swords. So what is that you need to know? Well, we do, or yeah, what is that you need to know? So we do have a person as a prime card. So definitely it is about an individual that it is roaming around you, okay, for one or another reason from these three cards. So we do have a passive enemies, and then we do have a passive neutrals here into this spray. And as a passive enemy, that person, it's highly uninitiative. And even though I don't know what situation you are going to be with this individual, some of you are going to be in a business situation, you know, other maybe in an intimate situation, third could be just neighbors, and so on and so forth. But it is just King of Cups, when they come up in a reading, especially as a prime card, it's just an individual that wants to approach you for a something, most likely for some kind of a proposal, or just they want to give you a hand. Now with these cards, unfortunately, they just don't have the approach. What I mean is that they just don't know how to do it. It's just they can't do it. They can't come about clean, okay, and just tell you, for example, hey, I wanna start a business with you, or hey, I truly like you, and I mean I truly like you, okay. They just don't come and knock on your door saying, hey neighbor, I mean, can you just give me a hand here because I do have a bit of a problem, okay. And for that reason, it's gonna be quite difficult for them to be spotted. What I mean is that it will be quite difficult for you to catch up who that person really is. Christine, no, I can't skip to Leo. So one of their most common traits, it is that they are extremely professional people, okay, and they always do address situations objectively, so to speak. You know, it's a big misconception about the King of Cups. It is that they are highly emotional and sensitive individuals. They are, but they are masters of these emotions. Therefore, they are taming those emotions and they're fully in control. So you can't see that person freaking out, you know, making a scene, or how can I put it into words, even crying as well. They are going to cry only in front of those that they find trustworthy for their emotions. So the best way how you can spot that individual, it is by seeing that they are unwavering when it comes to any kind of a situation. It's just they seem unattached, irrelevant. It's like the unfoldment is pretty much irrelevant to them, and that is pretty much the person that Aries that want to address you with something. Like I said, most likely some kind of a proposal, or an attempt for you, both of you, to make to help each other in a certain way. And that is how things are standing for Aries. Jessica, hello, welcome to the stream. So moving next, we do have Taurus. All right, for Taurus, a first one that is going to be the Nine of Cups, followed by or catalyzed by a D4 of Swords. And the third one for Taurus, this is going to be the King of Swords here. It is how we have the cards, okay? So these three cards, we have a passive neutral, passive neutral. So, hello, Shasasa, welcome to the stream. So for Taurus, it is a bit of oh my god, the word is not negligent. It is kind of like a bit of an ignorant situation. So what Taurus needs to be aware of, especially if they're finding themselves right now, oh, Pisces Moonbeam, thank you for your $4 Canadian, which is going to be directly addressed to a Karen. Okay. Thank you so much. Just hold on a second here to put you into the list. All right, there we go. So back to Taurus. What do you need to know, guys, especially if you are finding yourself on the top of the world? It is like you are truly happy. It is that this happiness you have, it's tangible and it is real, but you should not take that happiness for granted, okay? But instead, you should spare no resources whatsoever to maintain this happiness. And that is, for the most part, the message that we do have here for a Taurus. From the other hand, though, these cards are speaking that the path to happiness, whether it is a path to someone's heart, whether it is a path to a successful business, you know, whatever path you have chosen, it's not as difficult as you may think it is, and it is not as difficult, definitely it's not as difficult as you are making it to be. And above obvious, or rather like above, definitely, I'm sorry, it's that this path you chosen is not as complicated as you see it to be as well. So things can be way more simpler, things could be way more easy, things could be way more how can I put it into words, accessible, when it comes to you pushing your path forward, like I said, towards whatever goal you have bestowed upon yourself. Because the grand message here, it is that you are going to sit on the top of the world in certain regard, okay? and you will have that experience of a fullness of life and sensual joy and kind of like content and exhilaration, even glee, if you will. But if you don't do anything about sustaining this experience, is going to be short-lived. However, if you do something to sustain that experience, it will transform into a long-lasting one. Now, a little bit of a more, how can I put it into words? A isolated cases here. It's very important that you do not follow up someone else's thoughts, like being told what to do. Of course, within those thoughts there are going to be some aspects which are positive and which are how can I put it into words, which are usable, but you should go forward with, you know, your understanding of how you should live your life. That is very important that you need to know. And if you are under someone's toll, right? Someone that it is telling you how to dress, whom to see yourself with, and so on and so forth. Obviously, you have to make your severance. You need to relinquish such a interaction, at least according to these cards. Karen, thank you so much for your $5 US, which are going to be for a reading at the end for a Pisces moonbeam. Thank you, Karen. Hold on a second. Right, so that was for Taurus. Now, moving next, we do have Gemini. All right, Gemini, what is that you need to know? Oh my God, we do have the Ace of Cups, followed by 10 of Wands. And then what we do have, it is the World. Hey, it's a pretty straightforward message, okay? It's a pretty straightforward message. And they say that love is simple, okay? It is love, it's extremely simple. And not just only about the intimate love those cards are talking about, they're talking about the love for life itself, okay? And they are saying that very soon you will enjoy your daily reality. Oh man, that these cards are so great. That is because you are on a verge, Gemini, on some kind of a impending change. When I do say impending change, I'm saying a change that it is the can is already rolling and you just can't stop it. Okay, and that change, when it comes to you, when it materializes, is gonna make your life so much more simpler. And when I say simpler, I don't mean boring, okay? It's just things that are going to be there for you to enjoy, rather than kind of like scraping down your nerves and trying to figure out stuff and so on and so forth. But even if we are talking about the intimate love, it is way simpler than or I like the situation in your intimate love. It should be way simpler than it is currently. So, needless to say here is that what you need to know is kind of like putting ultimatums, demands, how do you call it? It's like making this unformidable, or rather like a formidable structure out there that everything needs to be, how can I put it into words, fulfilled in a certain way, and so on and so forth. Things are not going to work out for you, because according to these cards, love is free like the wind, right? You may try to block it, you may try to, or like water, You may try to block it, you may try to capture it, but eventually it always finds its way. And that is how love works for you, at least now. And therefore you shouldn't be concerned about, you know, are you going to be with that person or with the other person, because at least according to these cards, love is going to find you in the person that you are going to be lovely with. It's simply going to find his or her way towards you with those cards. Whatever though impending change is coming into your life is gonna be there to stay, which by the way could be as well a birth of a child. I mean, if that's not an impending change, I don't know what it is that is going to make you happy. Okay, you maybe that you are to purchase a home, and you're going to feel extremely well there, like you're going to learn to love it from the very first day. It could also relate to work, like starting a job that you would grow to love it very much, you know, and it will become a big part of your life. It's just, you know, you are approaching that state where it's simply everything will be brighter, more colorful, and enjoyable. And you're gonna freaking love it, for at least for the look of those cards. All right, so that was Gemini. Now let's check on Cancer. All right, Anna, so let's hope that this Venus aspect is going to bring to you that change I just talked about. All right, first one for Cancer, that is going to be the Seven of Wands. Moving next, we do have the Devil. And the last one, that is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So what we have, it's exactly kind of like it's like a warning. Hey TS, I'm quite well. I'm in really a great mood today. So for Cancer, let me try to find the words how to approach that thing. Because these cards, they are a double active neutrals. And I will be extremely honest with you guys, okay? As soon as I drew the cards and I saw them, the first thing that came to my mind, it just invaded my mind, it was a denial, right? And it is not like you are to be denied of something, it is like you are denying yourself of a something for one or another reason. Whether it is, you know, because you are way too stubborn to move into something and you're trying to convince yourself that, you know, it's not going to be good for you, or whether it is you don't want to walk away from a something, you're trying to convince yourself that, you know, it's at some point is going to work out. Or it may be both of these things, but you not having the strength to do it. Well, if it is the latter, I do have a news for you. I mean, yes, you do have the strength. And in fact, you are a far stronger than you think you are, all right? With the Devil card here, you can definitely overwhelm, and not just only overcome, but literally overwhelm this this boundary that you have for one or other reason you are having. And in most cases, not with every one of you, all right, but in most cases, that's that boundary is self-imposed. But there is also something very important to know. Now, I hate seeing the Seven of Wands here. Now, the message would have been somewhat the same if we had the Eight of Swords. for example. But the difference, and I'm saying that because I want to tell you or show you the comparison here. The difference would have been that with the Eight of Swords, instead of overwhelming that barrier, this limit, you will annihilate it. No questions asked. It's given out there. However, with these cards, it's a ticking clock. You are on the clock, literally, and you can't miss your chance. So good thing I kind of like I did that reading, so now you know. You are on the clock with kind of like either striving yourself towards what you are depriving yourself of, or walking away from whatever is keeping you from move forward. And you can definitely do it, because from the other side that we do have the Ace of Pentacles, those two cards here for you, Cancer, are saying that until you do not make a move, you can't proceed with your goal, whatever your goal is, whether it's about successful business or harmonious relationship. Until you do not make that step, you do not break those self-imposed limitations, or rather like limitations that you do have, that you are constraining yourself. Whether they are self-imposed or not is irrelevant, because either way you are constraining, or rather like you are constraining your life around them, and you totally don't have to. And until you stop doing it, then unfortunately the procedure, or rather like the advance of your goal, again, whether that goal it's about business or it's about relationship, cannot be initiated. And another thing it is that these limitations, they are also influencing in a very negative way your esteem, your content, and your happiness in a different way, through undermining the sense of security. It's not like you can't be happy. You can be happy, you can find yourself very happy in a certain situation, but then again, these thoughts of insecurity kind of like start twisting and tangling your mind, and it is undermining the happiness you are experiencing. So be brave, guys, and break through those limits. Just break through these walls, because you can totally do it. And so that concludes the readings for the first 4 star signs. Now we are entering into the first break. One of you in that break is going to have a free reading, and like I said at the start of the live stream, there aren't going to be any questions. Okay, all that you gotta do in order to participate into this reading is just type me, ME, in the comments down below, and the topic of the reading is going to be what you personally need to know as of this moment. So the clock is starting right now. You do have 5 minutes for anyone who wants to participate into the free reading giveaway. If there are no if no one wants to participate into it, I'm just going to move on with the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Leo, Virgo, Libra, and as well Scorpio. Of course, anyone who supports the channel through Super Chat is going to get their reading at the end of the live stream, regardless are they picked or not in this live stream, or in this free reading. I'm sorry. And as well, if you do wish your own personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you're going to see full list of my services, their pricing as well. And based on your budget and your needs, you can pick up whichever service suits you best. What does that word mean? Complacency? Oh, I kind of like have an idea what the word means. Well, I'm happy that they're helping you, Anna. Really happy. So, guys, are you ready for Easter? I'm actually going to travel to my too comfortable. It isn't even about comfortability, okay? With the Seven of Wands, it doesn't have anything to do with comfortability. It's more about courage, to be honest. Okay, courage to grab for the moment. It's no different than say you are working in a place you literally hate, but you have accomplished something there, and at some point, you have a chance to start a new job. But when you think about it, it's a new job. I have to start from scratch, and making my way to the top one more time. So it's kind of like inconvenient more than, complacent, right? But it's a way that you do break those limits of being constrained in a place you hate. So it's more like taking on a leap of faith and denying those effects around you that are making you feel uncomfortable, bad, sad, sorrowfully, crushed, and so on. Karen, thank you again for your $4 US, which are going to be for reading at the end for Anna. Thank you, Karen. That is how with the Seven of Wands, things are pretty much working out there. Hey, thank you, Cara. Thank you for your $3 New Zealand. Make sure you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get a personalized reading over what do you need to know as of this moment. Hey. All right. Let's see who is gonna get a free reading right now. That is going to be Daniela Pacheco. Which let's check on what is that you need to know as of this moment, Daniela. All right, so the first card for you is going to be the King of Cups. Moving next, that is going to be the Three of Wands. And the next one, that will be the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so those three cards. And we do have an individual. So what you need to know is that this individual, who is very, very resourceful, kind of doesn't like the state you are in. Okay, either does not approve your lifestyle, or it doesn't approve the situation you are in, especially if that situation is facing difficulties. And they don't have to be just only a financial difficulties. Okay, they can be any kind of difficulties. So basically that person kind of sees you and determines that you are not where you should be, either not as far as you should be, or either not at the place where you should be as well. And they are determined to make some kind of an investment in you, whether investment with time or whether investment with a resources, like, again, time, efforts, skill, money as well, if you do need money, whatever you need. All right. The thing is that these people, they always have I can't really say a goal. So pretty much they have what to gain from it as well. for one or another reason. Say, for example, your enemy is their enemy as well, and by them investing in you, they are going to get rid of their enemy through you without getting their hands dirty. Simple as that. Okay, but what they're gonna gain from the situation with you, it's not gonna feel like a loss from you. So it's pretty much a win-win situation. How you will recognize that person? Well, they are usually well situated with a lot of resources, like I said, very self-absorbed as well. So they are not very initiative, and if they do take an initiation, say they do approach somebody, in this particular case you, it will be a specific reason for them to do so. Most likely when they appear, they're more like an ally than anything else, like an alliance, a person for a alliance. And so that is this is what you needed to know as of this moment, that there is that person around you which can make your experience and growth much more pleasant and easier as well. Hello, Sandy. Right, so that was the first free reading. There are going to be two more, guys. One is going to happen after Scorpio, the other one is going to happen after a Pisces. Right now, I'm going to have a minute of kind of like to take a sip of coffee, do a couple of inhales, and then I'm moving to a Leo reading. Hey, no, I'm feeling okay today, in a really good mood for whatever reason. Yeah, we just ended the first break. A bit better. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit time to heal. Yesterday, what have I done yesterday? Yesterday, I think I spent home. I didn't had any, any experiences whatsoever yesterday. Was Tuesday, right? Yeah. Um. No, actually, I had something, an errand, and it went really well. It went really well. Today was a great day as well. Hey, Sandy. All right, so Leo, first one that is going to be the Six of Pentacles for you guys. Moving next, we do have the Chariot here. And the final one, that is going to be the Eight of Pentacles. It's beautiful elemental dignity, all right? And it is pretty much, I don't know if that is something you need to know, as if you don't know it already. And it's pretty much the cards are saying that wherever you are currently putting your efforts, it's on the right place. I mean, you are dead on, literally, with the approach you are doing, okay, with the accomplishments you are striving for, with the relationships you are trying to build as well, the business you're trying to open, whatever you are striving for, you are dead on track right there. That's not a warning, it's more like a yeah, it's more like a recommendation according to the cards. It is that, how can I put it into words? You should be more aggressive. Aggressive, is that a word even? like attentive, all right? So you should be more attentive to the details out there and address the situations you are involved in with a conscientiousness. Very important for you, Leo, who are single. It is to pretty much show up in self in front of the world. That is all that is gonna take, and you know, in no time you're gonna have um a person of interest out there, or at least you will become a person of interest of somebody. Okay, which is, I guess, something. No, everybody has, but it's a time for you guys. What you need to know is that now is a time where you are right on track with your life, or with the way you are doing things in your life, with your goals and with your aims. And it is so because they are completely accomplishable. It may take a great deal of effort, all right? It may take a colossal, mighty effort for you to do so, but the accomplishment is going to be yours to enjoy. Those cards are also showing that you should be rather proud of how far you are right now, and as well, but you gotta play a little bit more solo. That is definitely there. Okay, so it is best to do it solo, in a sense of relying as less as possible to others' help, because at the end you will have to share the spoils also, and you definitely don't want to do that. That is literally what you need to know, Leo, for the upcoming near future. Hmm. Oh, that's a terrible way to go, jumping over bridge. I always thought that the best way to go it is just, you know, knock yourself out with some kind of pills. You just kind of like fall asleep and it's over. The most terrible way to go, for what I read, it's through burning alive. Oh, but let's just stop that topic. Mattia, welcome to the live stream. We are approaching Scorpio, so we're not quite there yet, but we are approaching it. So I would say just in time it is that you are coming in. Right, so Virgo, your card is going to be Ten of Pentacles, guys. Followed by, oh my God, the High Priestess. And then we do have Temperance as the third one here. Give me a moment. So I don't want to throw kind of like a big statements out there, but it is just something that right away came into my mind when I saw the first two cards, okay? And I'm just gonna say it. You either recently or you are very soon going to introduce, or straight away kind of like involve yourself with one of your soulmates. Now you do know that we do have more than just only one, okay? And you are very, very close to one of them. What you're gonna make out of it, well, that depends on you and how you're gonna play the situation out. Because, you know, meeting up a soulmate is just not enough. I mean, effort has to be engraved. That is pretty much obvious, and that is the grand really message from these cards. Now, on a more practical level, by the look of these cards, it seems that you are going to situate in a very comfortable zone of yours, a zone that you can always go back, you know, and kind of like spend time recuperate, you know, and have a moment of solace and as well of a respite. And additionally to it, it seems that you are going to break free from a some kind of dependency of a specific person in or a organization. Okay, that is what those cards pretty much are showing here. And as well, you will become more unyielding when it comes to your personal opinions. Okay, and you will start caring, or you should start care less and less, you know, what other people think about your opinion and about you know, your deeds, and as well about how you pretty much are addressing yourself and presenting yourself in generally into the world. Very possible though it is that you may reconcile with either a friend or an ex, and here I want to highlight that when I say ex, I don't mean that scumbag that you have that left you, for example, the one that left you heartbroken or devastated or whatever. Maybe it's an ex that, you know, due to being a victim of the circumstances, your relationship had to end, but you still love each other. It could be with this one. Okay, it doesn't have to be with the last one that kind of like left you heartbroken. So Libra, you should prepare yourself, guys, or rather like, yeah, you should prepare yourself, and hopefully you do have space in your life to invite this comfort which is striving your way. Comfort which could be brought to you by none other but your soulmate. Uh, what is up? You made several comments about that. No, no, no. What is up with you being against dating? Oh, okay. So it's a saying. Hello, Star Lover. Welcome to the stream. All right, Libra. First one for you guys, that is going to be the Knight of Cups. Catalyzed from one side with the Ten of Wands. And from the other, that is going to be the King of Pentacles. Okay, so these three cards we have. For Libra, it's a quite simple message here, and that is that you should pretty much and I don't know if that's a say though, but kind of like lose the news, if I might put it that way, and kind of like leave a room for some kind of surprises to happen into your life and into your world, to invite those surprises in. Stalkers and hackers. Jesus Christ, I mean, where are you living at? So I know I never got to that place. What kind of people are living there? In any case, back to Libra. So yeah, why it's important, guys, to leave a room for these surprises? Well, it is important. It is because if you don't leave a room out there, it's just those important aspects for a spontaneous growth cannot take place, and also you are well overwhelming your environment to a such an extent with criterias, you know, with an expectations, with a full schedule, if you want to call it that way, that you just don't have time to enjoy, and that is the most thing you need to know. Other important thing that you need to know here, it is that your dreams that you do have right now, whatever they are, no matter how big, no matter how small, they are accomplishable, but not by a chance, but by you investing into them. You gotta look at it that way, all right, Libra? You have a dream, right? For example, you do have a dream to be with someone, or you do have a dream to have a business. Or just dreaming about it, it's just not gonna make it happen at all. Meaning you have to invest either yourself into it or resources into it, which resources you already have. Okay, you already have those resources. All it takes is to roll up your sleeves and get to work. It's all that is gonna take for you to strive toward the dreams of your heart. So it's completely accomplishable, and according to these cards, it's about as good time for you to start doing something about it. All right, moving next, we do have Scorpio. By the way, Mattia, thank you so much for your $5 US. Thank you, Mattia. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading of what do you need to know as of this moment. Right, so Scorpio, I mean, I do really need for you guys to cross your fingers for this one. Thank you, Mattia. Cheers. No, hold on a second. Cheers. The Knights of Cups. With the Fool. And then it is the Ace of Cups. Those three cards. Why are you laughing at? Yeah, crossing your fingers, it's already done, all right? And it is a great thing. So I don't want to be one-sided, so I'm gonna read it first as of a personal life and second as of a business, okay? Because they can be read in two different ways. But it is when I saw these cards, the first thing that came to my mind, somebody is in love with you right there, okay? And it is because something you need to know as of this moment, it's definitely a person who did not yet came clean with it, but they're gonna have to, because if they don't come up clean, it's just things are not going to open up by any means. For a few reasons, okay? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't have that much of an interaction, so you, Scorpio, or we, Scorpio, kind of like build up some kind of a momentum into it, okay? Or maybe, I don't know, you had, I just can't evoke a situation, okay? By the way, a very common situation is when Hope is your husband. Okay, that's something to want to hope for, isn't it? Because if it isn't, it's a problem either way. Okay, if it isn't, it's a problem either way. Because if it is not your husband, it means that your husband is not in love with you. And second of all, you do have somebody in love with you that it is looming on, scattering your marriage. Terrible. It's both ways. It's a tough call. So yeah, they have to come up clean with that, all right? uh why, like I said, it could be through many different situations. And now that I think of, I had a few of these. Okay, I had a few of these that I like a girl, and I kind of like come up clean with that, but they, for whatever reason, okay, they kind of like push me off or deny me. But a few months after that, it kind of, I don't know what happens into woman's mind, but they do realize that they have made a mistake. Okay, and most of them came up clean with it. But that is kind of the situation here. So but bottom line here for us, Scorpio, it is that what we need to know as of this moment, it is that somebody is in love with us. And I mean really in love. It's like, it's blinding. Okay, it's truly blinding. Who is she? So career-wise, it seems that there are gonna be, what you need to know, guys, is that there are gonna be very fortunate events that are gonna come our way. Those events are a sequence, or a continuation of a sequence that have already started. In one or another reason, we do not know yet, though, how that sequence started, or how the sequencing have started. We either did something, or we met somebody, and so on and so far, and so forth, that we do not realize that this doing or that person is going to be the source of this sequencing, that it is going to improve our business or our job, or our hobby in a humongous way. So that is what you, Scorpio, or we, Scorpio, need to know for as of this moment. Kind of shocking. Who is she? There is no she, right? I don't know who is she. I mean, I have no idea right now. But back in the days, I had these interactions with a women that, I come up clean with that I like them, and they say, it's kind of like, I prefer us to be friends. All right, it's your choice, okay? Or it's straight away they say, I don't want to have anything to do with you, right? It's your choice. I mean, and then after that, time passes, and kind of like they change mind, but then I don't have any more the mind for it. Again, the guidance is that someone is in love with you. It doesn't mean that you are in love with them. Okay, that's very important. And I know that I'm not in love right now, so I don't know. Yeah, Mattia, or your super chat reading may come up with something entirely different. Okay. All right, so that's makes it to the second break, guys. So in this break, like I said, one of you is going to get a free reading. This time around, there is not going to be questions submitted, or you should not submit any questions, but rather the topic is going to be what you should need, what you personally should need to know as of this moment. And all that you got to do in order to participate into the free reading is just to type me into the comments down below. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do so for whoever of you wants to contest for that free reading. And if there is nobody, I'm just going to move to the next 4 star signs, which are going to be Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally we do have Pisces, last but not least. Also, yeah, anyone who supports me and the channel through super chat is going to get their reading at the end of the live stream regardless. And if you do wish a personalized reading with me, make sure that you do check out my website, which is listed in the comments down below. And there at the very front page, you are going to see full list of my services and as well their pricing. No, I'm not going to Lenormand. The thing though, Sarah, is that Lenormand are the perfect system for such kind of a topic. What do you need to know as of this moment? They're going to show you an event which is looming on the horizon. The problem is that you can't control that event, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to freak people out. So, Pisces Moonbeam again, who is she that you mentioned? Odette, thank you so much for your $3 US support. Make sure you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading on the same topic, which is what do you need to know as of this moment. Should you be picked right now for the for the free reading, that means that you will know 2 things as of this moment. Okay. Hello, Nicole. Yeah, you definitely do. You know, I'm not speaking of anyone. I'm just giving an example. And by the way, yeah, I had in mind a girl, but I do not maintain a connection with her for how many years now was it? Oh my God, that was so long ago. I was 24-ish, I believe. Yeah, it was 24-ish. Hey, Articular, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you do enjoy. Uh, Reddish brown hair. Where you came up with that? No, it's not. It's not recent. I cannot think of anybody recent that kind of like matches the description. Um, or maybe there is. It's just that was just an example from my past. Oh my God. How old am I now? I'm 36. All right, let's pick somebody who is gonna have the free reading right now. Um, all right, so Giselle Perry, congrats. Let's see what it is that you need to know as of this moment. So you're younger that's than me. That's a good sign. At least for me, guys, age is such a barrier. I don't know. It's not like a mandatory, but it's a big plus if the woman is much younger than I am, and it is kind of like a psychological barrier. Lenormand, that Lenormand, it's kind of like a joke. The system is called Lenormand. You pronounced it correctly. You will be say that. 58 is not that old. If you say 88 now, that's old. Uh, what do you need to know? Page of Pentacles with the High Priestess, and then you do have Giselle. You do have the Eight of Wands. Now we do have a very similar situation with you to Scorpio, but I can tell you a little bit more for your personal one, okay? The person that is into you, now when I say into you, they don't have to be literally involved with you. You are connected, okay? You are connected deeper than you both actually realize. You can if you are together, or if you do find yourself ending up together, I mean, this is going to be coup de grace, literally, all right? Coup de grace for the love life of yours, meaning that you will have no need from there on moving forward to to feel insecure in any way about your love life. It is because you will fit so well together that you will feel like you are a one entity right there. But doesn't necessarily has to be, an intimate love. Now, what do you need to know? It is that this person is already your friend. And what do you need to know? It is that, or how to recognize this person, it is that they are very devout to you. What I mean is that even if you do not say that you need help, they always come up and offer your help. They always ask, how are you, and they always kind of like wants to know more about you and more about what you are going through. Always are, how can I put it into words, always are there to give you a shoulder to cry on, or to lean on, or whatever. Whatever you need. It is just for it's almost like for them your life, it's more important than theirs. And that is literally what you need to know as of this moment. What you're gonna make of this connection, Giselle, it's entirely up to you. You may maintain that friendship. You can go for more if that's what you want, okay? And if you decide to go for more, this going for more, it's going to happen naturally. The other thing that you need to know, it is that right now it doesn't look like the time for you to strive for more, okay? It's just the circumstances are not exactly correct. So that's your reading. Yeah, 58 is not old. I mean, it's what you call it mid-age, isn't it? Why is that, Seda? Why is that? Well, Sandy, it's also within our culture, the Bulgarian culture. It's like very, it's extremely rare, in a relationship and in a family, the the woman to be older than the man. It is just how we grew up. That is what we saw. That is what we thought, and it is just within our culture, and that's why it's a psychological barrier for many of us men that are here, that grew up in this country. Yeah, age is that's it's a humor that we do have here, where a 14 years girl kind of like falls in love with a 26 or 27 years old boy, and the girl, it really wants to sleep with the boy, and the boy kind of like rejects her because she's a minor, and saying, look, you are a underage for me. And she says, come on, man, I mean, age is just a number. And he says, yeah, the prison is just a building too, but I don't want to go there. So it's just a number, but it's a significant one. Truth be told, guys, even though I have these time to time health issues, like for example, for example, right now my waist, it's kind of like killing me, or I do have a kidney crisis here and there, etc., etc. I feel better than I felt when I was in between 20s and 30s. And funny thing it is that when I was about to kind of like go into the 30s, when I was 29 years old and my birthday was approaching, I was saying, "Oh my God, my life is ending." It's like I thought I will become, I don't know, a grandfather, like but actually these are the best years of my life so far. That is, you never know. Tomorrow things can go south very, very quickly. You never know. Yeah, that's true, exactly. Which is just a number, isn't it? Uh, okay. The last free reading is gonna be picked by none other but Pisces Moonbeam. All right, guys, couple of minutes, and then we're gonna move to the last four star signs. Senior disca. It's kind of, I don't know if I life is good, yeah. That is because you become more mature, and it's like you have a different eye on how life is. Yeah, I got the email. No, 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 it's not. They are perfectly fine. It's just the thing is that Saturday I went to a club, and I guess dancing out, which I totally don't do. It is, my dance is more like tremors. All right, it's just it's terrible, but it's a club. What can you do about it? And I guess I stroke a nerve. Okay, I stroke a nerve, and that's why um my waist, it's kind of like hurting when I'm moving it. But there is nothing wrong with my hip, perfectly straight. And they are equal. What is so funny? Do I have something on my face? Well, what is so funny? Uh, no, I haven't. I am no, no, don't ask me to do those things. I'm so lazy. Can't be bothered. Hey, Amanda, welcome to the stream. My delivery is funny. All right, if you say so. No, it is. I asked because Pisces Moonbeam was laughing at me about something, not at me, but probably on something I said, and she just I asked her, why are you laughing? Do I have something on my face? Yeah, well, that's kind of true. It's sad, but it is true. You can't. It's that's the reality. I mean, you can't say it other way around. Yeah. Oh, I am. I am. No, no harm done. Right? No harm done. Except on my waist. Right. So Sagittarius. First card for you guys. That is going to be the World. Followed by the Ace of a Pentacles. Okay, and the third card for you guys, that is going to be the Page of Cups. Those three cards. I do have a lot of, a lot of planets into Sagittarius, and it seems that the good fortune from Scorpio, at least for me, I don't want to brag I don't want to brag about it, all right? But at least for me, it's kind of like keep on rolling up. Hopefully, it snowballs even further. But for Sagittarius, the message is, it's what do you call it? Not immaculate. Overwhelmingly good. All right, so those are the three cards. Well, Articure, the thing it is that this day it was kind of like with the alcohol, it's a mess, and I don't drink. I had some kind of a cocktails. Then it was I don't know, half a bottle of wine maybe, more or less. And after that was whiskey, and then more cocktails, and it is just, I guess, that made me, kind of having those, kind of having those tremors and seizures. Yeah, I was totally out of control. Right? It's like in the music and all this. I didn't like the music. That's the funny part. I didn't even like the music. Not the music itself, but the way that the DJ handled it. And I mean, if I was a DJ, I would have handled it better. Definitely, I would have handled it better. But it's just, oh my god. But it was a good experience. Yeah. Now let's get to the serious. Yeah, I do have a wild side, a grim side, if you want to call it a dark side. I prefer not to evoke those memories in I kind of like I left that type of life long, long, long time ago. I don't want to go into it anymore. So again, Sagittarius is a great message, guys, and it seems that how can I put it into words? Um, it kind of like seems that, well, first of all, those cards are uh, emissaries of a looming change on the horizon. Now, this change, it's not actually a change. It's a change of a circumstances, but not a change of progress. What I mean is that this what it is looming on the horizon for you, Sagittarius. It's kind of like going to change the oh my god, I just brain farted. Oh my god. So this looming change, it just is gonna make things not just only way more easier, but also is gonna make things for you way more, well, enjoyable for one, but as well way more oh my god, a consistent was the word that I was searching for. So it's gonna make things for you way more consistent. So let's talk about a little bit what that change is going to involve itself into, or how it's going to manifest. Well, with those cards, that kind of a change present itself as a very rare opportunity for you to further your goal in any way, whatever that goal is. Okay, the goal could be getting a job, getting a relationship, whatever. All right, so whatever that goal may be, you can further it. And while as of this moment the circumstances are not ideal for you to do that, they are about to be very, very soon. And so very, very soon you will have that sense of content, excitement, joy, glee, exhilaration, you name it. And the predisposition of it is that you are on a verge of establishing either a very successful business maneuvers or a very harmoniously flowing relationship. And the best of it, that is going to be indomitable. What I mean, it is that it's gonna be yours to have, and no one will be able to take it away from you. Okay? So it's literally no one can pretty much piss and shit on the beautiful thing you're gonna have. We're still on the dancing topic. Okay. So that was Sagittarius. Oh, there are a few things I want to add to Sagittarius, guys. In the upcoming days, you may start seeing things in a little bit of a different way, or rather, like not in a different ways, but readjusting yourself in a way that your position or a standpoint or an opinion is more suitable for what is coming into the future, from the future, that change of circumstances. And when that change of circumstances starts hitting in, you will start getting emotionally invested, more and more emotionally invested into the enterprise. That is how you are going to recognize where that change is coming for you. All right, so moving next, we do have Capricorn. Hey, Virginia, welcome to the live stream. Oh no, it's all right. All right, so for you, Capricorn, the first one that is going to be the Five of Cups, followed by the Eight of Cups, and then we do have the Two of Swords. It's kind of like a kick in the butt, really, for what we have with these two cards. Three, I'm sorry. Well, actually, two, it is because the real message is within here, okay, within these two cards. Within these two cards, the only message from them, it is that the time is way overdue, right? The time for you, what you should have done is way overdue. And by the look of these cards, what do you think you should have done? All right, so what do you think you should have done? Oops. It's a pretty simple. You should have moved on. Pretty simple. But also there is another message within these cards. And that message is that currently you may ending up yourself in a situation, okay? Or in yeah, it's a situation, or in a experience that you would have wished that it could have been different, or you could have been different about it, or I don't know, or the circumstances could have been different, okay? So you could have made better use of that, I don't know, of these circumstances. They don't need to be different, guys. I mean, the only thing stopping you from being a part of it, it's your disappointment, sense of loss, and expectation for perfection. These three things. Nothing more, nothing less. And the message, while the message is pretty simple, it's kind of like it's gonna take a strong will for you to push through it. But whatever you have to walk away from, or kind of like move on from, really, it's not like walking away, it's more like a moving on, really. It's the time for it is way overdue. You should have already moved on like last year or something, you know, a few years ago from it, by the look of these cards. What is the consequence of not moving on? Well, the consequence of not moving on, it is well, obviously you put the aspect of your life in that regard, whether it is business regard or whether it is a relationship regard, in an idle state. But also it makes you being way more focused into the negativity that it is surrounding you, rather than, you know, having an eye for the bright side of life, okay? So that said, it makes you experiencing painful situation as if the pain is doubled, and it makes you experiencing happy situation as if the happiness is halved, and you want to reverse that, right? You want to have the happiness doubled and the pain halved, right? So yeah, it's important for you, Capricorn, that you just, you know, guys, accept that it is what it is, you know, and just make the most out of your life as you have it right now. And it seems that we are talking about a emotional experience rather than passionate or material, you know, or a mental state. In fact, because the Two of Swords is neutral to the Five of Cups, you very well know what you gotta do about it. It is just you don't, because you will feel that sense of loss. But this loss is going to be just temporary one, or whether it is a disappointment, it's gonna be just or rather like it's gonna be a partial loss, or the disappointment is going to be just a temporary one. What I'm trying to say, it is that you can replace what you think you might have lost, or what you have been disappointed of, and the replacement much better. Much better is because with the Eight of Cups next to the Five of Cups, first of all, those couple of cards are saying that you are on a path right now, okay, that you don't have to deviate from. Therefore, what you have to move on from, it's kind of like sitting on your path, blocking you to move forward, which is literally moving on. But in the future, or how can I put it into words, the future with that path holds much brighter perspectives for you than what is holding you back, or whatever you don't want to let go of. And that's literally the message for Capricorn. All right, moving next, we do have Aquarius. I'm gonna guess walk away. It's a true guess. Not exactly walk away, it's more like a move on. Okay, because walking away it's different. You have to walk away, you know, if you are certain that things cannot work out, whether in career or whether in relationship. But moving on have so many different dimensions that just walking away, because moving on, it could be moving on from an argument, like having an argument with your boss that, you know, nobody can get the upper hand, and you just have to move on from that argument, just burying it, okay, and just moving on, being a good partners there on moving forward. Okay, so that could be moving on. But if you see that is not working out, whether, you know, in your business or whether into your relationship, then moving on may mean that you have to walk away. I never said walking away. Walking away should be the last resort, but if you cannot see that things can happen, then, because you know, all right, with that Two of Swords having it there, you know, it is just the Two of Swords being there to the Five of Cups. It's kind of like the last glimmer of hope that, you know, by some miracle that even the universe is going to struggle to perform, things miraculously are going to fix themselves. They won't, at least according to my cards. And by the way, the girl you described, that was the second girl that I kind of like have in my mind, and that happened 6 years ago, or was it 5 years ago, something like that. But your depiction was correct. Hello, Ketia. Welcome to the stream. So moving next, we do have Aquarius, which is my rising sign. All right, so for Aquarius, we do have the Ace of Cups, which is my rising sign. And then we do have the Queen of Cups. And then it is the King of Swords. I mean, of course, it's going to be a King of Swords, being kind of like killing up the situation, or rather like killing up the experience out there. After all, we are Aquarius, are we not? So I mean, there is a this is how it stands. You have the Ace of Cups here, okay, in the middle, and then you have the battle in between these two, let's say, takes on the Ace of Cups for it. So the the Queen of Cups, it's trying to fight over the King of Swords. So that is pretty much Aquarius, the struggle to explain love. All right, it's as simple as that. And what do you need to know, guys? It is that you may try to give a rational explanation to it, but you can't. That is, good evening, Max. Welcome to the stream. That is the grand message of these cards, okay? That you just can't give an explanation. It is there, it happens. And when it happens, I have to here go against my beliefs saying that, okay? I just have to go against my beliefs. But when it happens, you should be open to experience it. And I am going against my beliefs here as I am rising Aquarius. It is because that's something I always stated. Love always ends up in tragedy. When you fall in love, that is just a ticking bomb waiting to explode. You are bound to have a miserable experiences, whether they are small or big, whether they are short or long. There are gonna be miserable experiences out there, okay? Either through disappointments, breakups, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, it always ends in tragedy, and I don't know why these cards are kind of like telling us, you know what, you should be miserable, you know. That's how I see them, okay? But in reality, they are saying to us it is that we should allow it to. Yeah, it stinks. I didn't knew that. On strawberries. Uh, so yeah, I mean, we should allow it to kind of like take hold on us. And do you know why? It is because according to these cards, kind of like love opens up some kind of a perception of the reality that it's according to them at least, it's beautiful. And that is exactly what the King of Swords, which is our mental standpoint, is trying to fight off. You know, what good it's gonna do if, you know, there are gonna be a moments of a pointless struggle, a moments of a pointless depression, you know, etc., etc. What good is it's almost like, you know, a battle in our devil and in our angel. I don't know how to put it into words, or in our uh, uh, our mentality over our emotionality. Oh my god, that's not a word. So our brain and our hearts are in a conflict here, where the heart is trying to overcome the brain, and I believe that the heart has an edge here, and it's a big edge. Okay, it's literally its overwhelming edge for what it seems. Now, a little bit of a more practical advice for what we can get from these cards as a what you do need, what do you need to know right now, Aquarius, is that not everything makes sense, guys. Right? Definitely not everything makes sense. And sometimes, you know, not everything should have a purpose. Sometimes you just have to do things out of your heart, not thinking about what you are gonna sacrifice about it, or what you are gonna gain from it, or what kind of a, you know, reason that what you are doing has for your life, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you just have to go by the feeling of your gut. That's pretty much what you need to know as of this moment. And finally, what do you need to know as of this moment, as we do have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups next to it? Love is around you. It's literally there, right? And that's a deep one. It's kind of like it's taking hold that very soon, if as of this moment is going to become undeniable. Well, that's what I think so as well, Seda, but that's not what my cards are thinking or are saying. All right, last but not least, guys, Pisces. Oh, you're welcome, Kara. All right, Pisces, we have a judgment for you, followed by the Knights of Pentacles. Okay, Knights of Pentacles. And the final one is going to be the Six of Cups here. And a little bit of a break of the love, because I don't know for how many, the last 7 star signs, it was all about the love. Oh my God. I mean, love is a good thing, I believe, or rather, like, I'd like to think so. But at the end of the day, you need to have the predisposition to enjoy it, don't you? And let me take a swing from that one. And so for Pisces, those are your cards once again. The Judgment, Six of Cups, and then we do have the Knight of Pentacles. So what do you need to know? It is very soon, guys. There is going to be an unexpected, I like to call it wake-up call. Okay, so take it that way. Very soon, missing pieces of the puzzle of your life, they are going to kind of like snap into their places. The thing is that that manifestation is going to be startling. Right away, you are going to end up being flabbergasted. Okay, and it will be completely different from your anticipation and your imagination as well, which of course is going to create within you a little bit of a unpleasant experience. So what I mean is that at start, at least, you ain't gonna like, how things are developing. Just a very quick example of that, I mean, you just see that person in your work that are very kind and nice and so on and so forth, and you just cannot make off why they're like that. Well, very soon the reason will become very obvious, and it's going to be the least of one you have thought of. In fact, you never thought of that could be a reason for them to be that nice and that kind. It could be vice versa, you know. It's just you will find the answers you need in order to make of why something is happening in your life. And as you do have the reasons, okay, you can pretty much take advantage of it. And that it is literally what those cards are saying. Okay, as a message, what do you need to know as of this moment? More practical though, it is that love goes more than the skin deep. I said it's not about love, but actually, now that I think of and by the look of them, they have the message, the love message as well, and it is that love, at least for you, should go a little bit deeper than the skin deep. Okay, meaning that outer look is not everything. In fact, it's almost nothing, or it should be nothing, at least as of this moment. And the final thing that you need to know, guys, it is that you don't have to be way too strict about you following a plan. What I mean with that, it is that you can take some break, okay, to spend among nature or in the places you love to be, so you can recuperate and recharge with energies. So that's gonna do it for the 12 star signs. Just hold on a second. What do you mean, Virginia? What do you mean hour? Like the Aquarius overthinking? I don't overthink. It is just I am more logical than I should be. So that's gonna do it for the 12 star signs, and now we are entering into the last break, where one of you is gonna have a free reading. Which Pisces moonbeam is gonna pick up? I believe she already made her choice, so give it to me. Okay, just give it to me right away. Yeah, that's Amanda. That is exactly how those cards are playing out. Doesn't have to be just only for one thing. Okay, it could be for many. But what do you need to know as a Pisces? It is that your life is going to make sense now. You know, you're gonna know things, why and where they're gonna happen, and so on. Oh, you haven't? Okay. So guys, Pisces Moonbeam haven't chose who is gonna have the reading yet. So anyone that wants a free reading from me, all that you gotta do is just type me into the comments, and the topic of no questions, Pisces Moonbeam. There is not gonna be a question. I'm just gonna read for what they need to know right now. So just type me in the comments, and Pisces Moonbeam is gonna pick one of you, and that lucky person is gonna get a free reading on the topic, what do you need to know as of this moment, personally you. So yeah. No, you're welcome, Nicole. I'm glad that I was helpful. All right, Odette. So you're gonna have two answers of what you need to know. One is gonna be from being picked by Pisces Moonbeam, and the second one is from your super chat. That's great. Right. So let's check it out. All right. The first one, that will be the Hierophant. Then it's catalyzed with the Queen, with the Empress. And the third card for you is going to be the Nine of Cups. Okay. Nine of Cups. Those three cards. So Odette, what do you need to know? It is that you are sitting on a verge of a huge resolution. Okay, resolution of some kind of a major difficulty, major problem, or a life question. And you may be finding yourself right now unable to decide how you're gonna go about how are you gonna go about the situation, okay? And that is because you are way too invested and involved in the situation itself. What do you need to do in order to be able to decide how you're gonna go about this major resolution in your life is by withdrawing, okay? Withdrawing from the situation from a couple of days, couple of weeks, you know, if you need couple of months, so you can determine the best course of action. It just is gonna come to you, okay? And the decision is going to be very, very mature. Just a simple example, if you don't know, do you want to stay with, say, somebody or go away, you know, kind of like kill that relationship for good, stop seeing them for a while, just off the top of my head here, just to see, do you miss them? If you don't miss them, obviously, you know, that relationship is dead, okay? Just hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Well, I'm gonna take that special request, okay? I'm gonna take that special request. So that's the other thing about these cards. Hold on a second here. The other thing about these cards, it is that And what you need to know, it is that benevolent support, it is on its way towards you. Okay. And the last thing that you need to know from these cards, it is that that is more about personal relationships here. Is that in personal relationships, no matter how big feelings you have towards somebody, if you do not trust that person, I don't know why that message comes up here. If you do not trust that person, then that relationship just can't work out really. So we do have a special request for from Pisces Moonbeam for me to do on Seda Lenormand. And what can I say aside from that? You asked for it, and you are about to get it. Okay, you are about to get it. Hold on a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's so painful standing up. So what do you need to know as of this moment? It is that Lenormand is going to show you an event which is approaching towards you that you are completely oblivious of. Okay. And it's not, the word is not oblivious, it is just you don't have any clues whatsoever around you. That event is coming up. The event could be literally everything from you becoming filthy rich to somebody dying. All right, that is how far those cards can stretch. So the first one for you, that is going to be the bird. Second one, we have the coffin. And we do have the whip and the broom. And basically what you need to know about it is that a huge argument is gonna end up through a phone call. Okay. There is going to be a huge phone call that will put an end to some kind of a dispute, argument, most likely happening within your family. That is literally what you need to know. Now that I think of, guys, up until the end of the month, I think I'm going to accept requests for the Le Grand Tableau of Lenormand. Okay. Le Grand Tableau, it's and excuse my French here, but that's a huge spread. All the cards are involved there, and basically this spread shows you what are future events that you are going to experience. You can't avoid those events, and you get to know the events, but you do not get to understand how they are going to happen, and we cannot also say the time frame of them. Yeah, they were. I very seldom use them unless specifically requested from the client, because I have predicted death a couple of times with them. Both of these times happened. And I mean, I know how powerful these cards are, and that's why I do not mess around with them, okay? If you dare, yeah. If you dare. Requests are accepted on my email. The reading is gonna cost, I don't know, $30. I think it's a fair price. All right. Let me shuffle and get right away to the super chat. By the way, anyone who supported the stream through super chat is gonna get now a reading. Yeah, well, I don't blame you for it, Anna. I am too chicken for them too. Super chat, it's that dollar sign on the bottom of the chat, and it is basically a donation. These highlighted messages that you saw on a few occasions through the chat, that is a super chat. All right. All right, Karen, the world, it's your card with the Ten of Pentacles, okay? So with those cards, Karen, what do you need to know as of this moment? It is that, how can I put it into words? You are... Now that's very important to word it right, okay? And moreover, that I do know what you are going through, and I do believe that that's related to what you are going through. And what do you need to know is that literally, you know, the scariest and the most difficult part is successfully completed. Those cards pretty much speaks that what you need to know is that you successfully completed a major cycle in your life, and now you will have from now on the luxury to kind of like strive for some kind of a different thing, different perspective. So I do believe that you will make full recovery by the way that I do look at those cards. Moreover, that their alignment like that speaks for a complete independence, okay? Independence from from you being stricken, you know, by these health procedures you are going through, but it doesn't have to end there, okay? It could be if you are stricken by money, those cards could relate to that as well. It's just there will be a liberation process that you are entering into, and that process cannot be stopped by anybody. And it's just, you know, it will be fully completed, you finding yourself at the end of it a fully recovered. Yeah, it's a great news. Right, Pisces Moonbeam, what do you need to know? 10 of Cups with the 3 of Wands. Okay. What do you need to know, Pisces Moonbeam? It is that you are asking for way too much. Okay. It's basic, and not just only that, Pisces Moonbeam. You are asking things that are gonna ruin the very thing you want. So pretty much, take it that way. You want something, but you are asking to have it in a certain way that it's not compatible with what you want. Okay, that's how it stands. So you pretty much, for the look of those cards, you pretty much have to either change your ways, change your patterns, or settle for what you have. Sometimes you gotta take what you can get. So that is what you need to know, that unfortunately you cannot have what you want to have the way you want to have it. Okay, that's at least at this moment impossible. Anna, what do you need to know as of this moment? We have the Knight of Swords for you, Anna, with the Hangman. We do have a person for you here, okay? That either it is already in your life or it is about to enter in your life. Now, this person you will recognize by them being quite decisive and yet very elusive, okay? Elusive in a sense of that while they seem very decisive, they always kind of like leave something like a back door out there. They can kind of like slick their ass through, right? It's as simple as that. Well, it's not, of course, it's not ever Pisces Moonbeam, but for the situations you have right now, okay? And for today, yeah, let's call it that way. Back to Anna. So this person, they are well, it's a tough person to deal with, okay? It's a tough person to deal with because it's very difficult to say, you know, what their intentions are. A good thing it is though that these people, they are very honest, and when they say something or do something, it's truly something they want to do so and say so. The only way though how you are gonna recognize this one is by two criteria. They recently recovered from a slumber and are trying to kind of like pick up their selves together. It's kind of like trying to stir back their lives, and they are very intelligent. It is just a person who is very smart, intelligently intellectually agile, all right? And it is just when they talk, it is enthralling to listen to them. Well, you are welcome. Okay, Kara. The potential, by the way, Anna, the potential in between you two, it's kind of unknown. It literally, according to the cards, the time is gonna tell, and it is not supposed for you to know. It is not supposed for you to know right now, because otherwise you can ruin it. Karen, thank you so much for your $2, which are directed to Non on Super Chat. Thank you. So Non, make sure you do stick around a little bit more, where you're gonna have a personalized reading over what do you need to know as of this moment. All right, next one, Kara, you do have the Ace of Swords. Oh my God, with Judgment. So what do you need to know, Kara? It is that very soon you will come up to a secret. A secret simply is going to re-emerge. Most likely through you having a very open and honest conversation with somebody. A secret or an information that is pretty much gonna shed a light over everything. You will have a complete grasp over the situation, and the diagnosis of that situation is going to make everything make sense, okay? And it simply is going to give you an option to move on or to move forward with, whichever way is better for you. Is gonna take a little bit of a courage, okay, and a little bit of a, how can I put it into words, where you have to go a little bit against yourself in order to make the first step. But the first step is going to be the hardest one, and from there is just things are going to be rolling and snowballing forward. But you should expect very soon to have the conversation of your life. That is what you need to know. Mattia, what do you need to know? Let's see if your husband loves you. We do have the High Priestess for you with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Now, if we do regard these cards for a love, more than one person, okay? More than one person. But I don't think that they do speak about love, Mattia. This is a highly spiritual elemental dignity, okay? And it speaks about the spiritual growth that you are starting to undergo as of this moment, okay? And things may feel erratic, things may feel awkward, different, unknown, okay? And through this spiritual growth, you are going to start changing concepts. You will become different person, much better person. And if now you don't know what to make of life, after this spiritual process is over, you will have a pretty good idea what you have to make of your life. So that is what you need to know as of this moment. But if we do relate them to love, definitely more than one out there. Odette, your second thing you need to know, Queen of Pentacles with a Seven of Pentacles. That's a big one. You are skimming through enterprises and through situations very quickly. And therefore, according to these cards, so that you do have some potentials out there which are literally waiting for you, ululating right away. Please see me out. Okay, please. I am kind of here. Hello. And so you do have these potentials that are heretofore simply unexplored, because you moved on to the next thing before you actually finishing the last thing. Now you do have the opportunity to get back and develop those, unfold those potentials, which are gonna have a huge benefit to you. A huge benefit out there. And another thing, according to these cards, it is that there will be a person, that person probably is all around you, but it's not going to have a direct influence on your life. It is going to be like an example that you will decide to follow to a certain extent. Only those traits and quirks of this person that actually works for you. So it's kind of like it will be a good adaptation. And the final one, which is non-known, your card is the Magician, okay, which is catalyzed with the Tower. Those couple of cards. Well, so many things. For one, you need to know that you are not using a talent that you are exceptionally good at. And literally that talent could straight away change your life. Okay. Another thing that you need to know as of this moment, it is that there are some inconvenient topics that you have to talk about, whether with your family, with your children if you do have any, or with your significant one if you do have one. But there are some things you just have to kind of like convey, either your thoughts or perceptions, whatever. Another thing that you need to know, it's as of this moment, it's that certain things must be done. You definitely know what, I don't know which talent, that is up to you to decide and to uncover, okay? But you need to know that there is a talent there that you are not utilizing at all that can change your life. So there are some actions that has to be taken. You know what those actions are, and it's just you're not taking them because they will make damage. They will either damage somebody, either emotionally or in any way. There will be damage into someone's life that will affect your life too. But this, take it that thing like forging a blade, okay? You have to burn the metal, you have to melt the metal, you have to hit the metal with a hammer, and then you have to quench it. All unpleasant steps with pain, but at the end the blade comes a masterpiece. So it's ultimately for the greater good, for the benefit of all. And that is something you need to know as well. And the last thing that you do need to know is that there is a crisis looming, okay, in your life. Crisis that is not gonna affect you directly. That crisis could be, I don't know, a friend of yours falling sick, okay, but you are taking it way too personally. It's not going to be something that will affect your life directly, but you will be involved in that crisis to a great extent. And this crisis is simply going to make you a tenfold stronger than you are right now, and tenfold more open for life than you are right now. And that is literally what you need to know as of this moment. And so guys, this is going to conclude today's live stream. Thank you so much for being around, sticking through it all, and being a part of it. And we are going to see each other next time. Thank you for all that supported me through Super Chat as well. And yeah, next time we're gonna have, I believe, some kind of a lunar transit. Let me check here. It's the full moon in Libra actually on 16th, which is kind of like a couple of days from now. So yeah, we're gonna see each other for what it seems rather very, very soon. And until then, bye.